Why organizations are moving from HR to people. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Future in 5. My name is Jacob Morgan. This is where I share my thoughts, ideas, and commentary on the future of work and how the workplace is changing in 5 minutes or less. I want to give a big thanks to the folks over at WorkMarket for making this video possible. WorkMarket's a vendor in the freelance management system space. They help organizations and freelancers come together. So if you're a company looking to work with freelancers or a freelancer looking to get gigs, check out workmarket.com. I've been using freelancers for many, many years and rely on them quite heavily. So check them out. Let me know what you think. Now on to this week's topic, why why organizations are moving from HR to people. Now, it's kind of a little misnomer of what I said, but HR, and to explain this, we first need to look at what the goal and the role of HR was, why it was created, etc. Now, the big shift that we're starting to see is that a lot of organizations are renaming their HR roles and their HR functions and chief HR officers to people and to talent. So I'm seeing a lot more of chief people officers. Cisco is a great example of this. Their chief HR officer is now a chief people officer. And I'm seeing this in a lot of organizations. They're making that shift from HR to these people-related roles. And so what's behind that? Why are organizations doing that? Well, when most people think of HR, they think of a division, a part of the organization where you go to find out about policies, rules, regulations. It's where you go to get paid. It's where you go when you get in trouble. And of course, that's not always the case, but that is sort of the conception around what HR is. If you also look at the name HR, human resources, the name implies that you are treating humans as resources, as kind of ore you're mining from the ground and using, and when you need more, you go back into the ground and extrapolate more ore. And it really makes it sound like people, these employees that work at your organization are cogs. They're just ore that you're mining. You squeeze all the juice out of them until they got nothing left. And for the majority part of the last 100 years, that is exactly what employees were like. In fact, I say this all the time, if you look up synonyms for the word employee, you'll actually get words like cog, servant, and slave, because that is how we treated employees. And now what we're starting to see is this shift towards the employee experience. It's a topic I'm going to talk a lot about in the coming weeks here and in the coming months. And so basically, to shift towards that idea of the employee experience, a lot of HR teams and divisions are renaming and rebranding from HR to people. Now, I will say that simply changing the name doesn't really do anything, right? I mean, just because you say you're a chief HR officer and you're a chief people officer, it doesn't really do anything. But what a lot of organizations are doing, in addition to making that name change, is also focusing on this employee experience. At Pandora, for example, which is one of the organizations that's going to be in my Future of Work show, they recently created roles that are specifically designed around the employee experience. At Airbnb, they have a chief employee experience officer. So we're starting to see more and more of these experience-related roles come to play. And so what that means for the role of HR is, not just shifting from creating a name HR to people, but shifting the way they think about the organization. HR isn't just about managing, and it's not just about rules and policies and regulations and making sure that the company functions. It's about designing these employee experience. It's about thinking about the physical environment, the cultural environment, the technological environment, and designing these environments so that people want to show up. And I think that's a very, very fascinating trend and a shift that we're starting to see, because the employee experience isn't something that anybody really cared about over the last 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years. You just get a cubicle, you get an office line, and that's all you need to get your job done. So this shift from HR to people, I think, is an important one. I think it's a big one. I think it's one that we're going to see a lot in the coming weeks, in the coming months, in the coming years, and going forward. So look out for that to happen. I think it's something that a lot of HR organizations or a lot of HR professionals should be doing. But again, it's not just about shifting the name from HR to people. It's about shifting the mindset from focusing just on enabling work to actually designing these experiences. I'm curious to hear what you think. Leave me a comment below. Are you seeing this at your organization? Are you seeing employee experience roles and this shift from HR to people happening? If you want to get access to more episodes of these videos, podcasts, articles, and all sorts of other fun stuff that I'm working on, visit thefutureorganization.com. If you're interested in teaming up and sponsoring some of the content like the folks at Work Market are, send me an email, jacob@thefutureorganization.com. Connect with me on Twitter @JacobM, and make sure to check out episodes of the Future of Work show, which are also on this YouTube channel. I'll see you next time on an episode of The Future in 5. Hey! Are you interested in the future of work? If so, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the latest content on the future of work and stay up to date on all the latest trends and happenings. Not to mention, you will make me very, very happy. Make sure to subscribe.